Good morning all of you. Welcome to Sri Ganesh online lecture series. My name is Krangle Pankaj. I am going to teach you EVS second. Our chapter's name is Work of the Saints. In this chapter on primary basis we have learned some names about saints. Some men were there, some women were there. Okay, so can you take those names? Who can tell me? Yes, श्री चक्रधर स्वामी, संत नामदेव, संत ज्ञानेश्वर, संत चोखामेळा, संत एकनाथ, like this. Again, some ladies were there. Which were those? संत निर्मलाबाई, संत मुक्ताबाई, संत कानोपात्रा, संत बहिणाबाई. Like this, some ladies were there. What they taught to people on primary basis? What they taught? They taught people various virtues like compassion. What they taught? Virtues. Virtues means morals. They taught people virtues like compassion, non-violence, charity, service, equality and brotherhood. Like these things we have seen. After that we saw Sri Chakradhar Swami. Information about Sri Chakradhar Swami. So Sri Chakradhar Swami was a prince. He belongs to Gujarat, but he left all those things and he moved to Maharashtra. He took around to whole Maharashtra, and while looking around, he was preaching equality. Preaching means to give a talk. He was saying people about equality. And he was giving equal treatment to men and women. So many people were his followers. And so he established one sect that is called Mahanubhav sect. And his life incidents, whatever life incidents are happening in his life, were mentioned in book named as Leela Charitra. Okay. After that we saw Sant Namdev. Sant Namdev, what we have learned in this? That Sant Namdev was lived in Narsi village and he composed many songs. He used to sing kirtans also. Like these things we saw. Now after that we have started Sant Jnaneshwar, our third son. What is his name? Sant Jnaneshwar. In this what we have seen that Sant Jnaneshwar has two brothers. Which were two? Nivruttinath and Sopandev. See his brothers, Nivruttinath Sopandev and they were having one sister, a sister. What was her name? Muktabai. Very good. Muktabai. So like this there were four children. In this what we have learned that their father took sannyas. He took sannyas means he left his worldly life, and worldly life he left means that whatever facilities a person needs, he left all those facilities and he went in a forest to his guru. But what happened? After some days, his guru told him to return back home again. So, as per his order, he obeyed his guru and he returned home and he started living with his wife. And after that, he had these four children. After his father came back, after that, these children born. So, what people were thinking, how a sannyasi should have children. It's not good thing. So those people were troubling to his children. See what they told. The narrow-minded religious leader did not think it right that a sannyasi should have children. People persecuted these children and banished them from their community. Persecuted means to put someone in hostility. They troubled them. See, we'll write this hard word here. Yesterday we could have been one more time, we are going to take it. Hard words. First word is precipitate. Meaning of precipitate is someone to hostility. Keep someone to hostility. Like this. Okay? And those people banish them from their community, means they are not part of their community now. Like this, people were giving them treatment. So, Sant Gyaneshwar's life, one incident is told now. So, that incident we are going to learn today. Okay? Yesterday we have completed this much, but now today we are going to learn one incident of his life. So, open your textbook, page number 4, last paragraph from left side. See, once Gyaneshwar went around the town begging for alms. First we'll do loud reading. Put your finger there. See, once Gyaneshwar went around the town begging for alms, but no one could give him any alms. He had to listen to abused language instead. Young Gyaneshwar was deeply pained by this incident. He entered his hut and locked the door from inside to grieve over his lot. Muktabai came and knocked at the door. She said, "Open the door, Gyaneshwar. How can you remain drowned in our own sorrow? Who will then look to the welfare of the world?" These words of his sister gave him new hope to Gyaneshwar. He forgot his personal sorrow and started his work. Everywhere, the poor and backward people were being oppressed in the name of the religion. Gyaneshwar went among the people and taught them to have faith in God, give equal treatment to all, help those in trouble and allay their misery. This was a gist of his advice to the people. Gyaneshwar's words are heard for the last 700 years. His words are heard for last 700 years. See, this much we are going to see first, remaining part we will see afterwards. See, once Gyaneshwar went around the town begging for alms. See, suppose this one is Gyaneshwar's village. This one is Gyaneshwar's village. Gyaneshwar used to live here. And he took her out to his village. For what purpose? To take alms. A-L-M-S. Alms. Alms means what? Food given to poor people. Food given to poor people. It's called alms. Food given poor people. It's called alms. So these people were sannyasi children. So they used to ask alms. So once Gyaneshwar took around to his village to ask alms. But what happened? No one would give him any alms. But no one gave him any alms. He had to listen abusive language instead. No one gave him alms, but what is the same? Abusive language. What is the abusive language? Abusive means insulting. Abusive means insulting. He did not get anything, but what did he listen? He listened abusive language. People were using abusive language for him. So, young Gyaneshwar was deeply pained by this incident. And because of this incident, this young Gyaneshwar, he got deeply pained. So, and he felt very bad. So, he came back his home again. And he entered in his hut and locked the door from inside to grieve over his lot. What he did? People used abusive language for him. So he came to his house return. He went in his hut and locked the door from inside. For what? To grieve a lot, to grieve over his lot. So he was very depressed then. So Muktabai came and knocked at the door, and then Muktabai came there and Muktabai knocked at the door. Do you know knock means? Like this. Muktabai knocked the door, and what she said to Naneshwar? She said, "Open the door, Naneshwar. Open the door, Naneshwar. How can we remain drowned in our own sorrow?" Drown means to remain. So how can we drown in our own sorrow? Sorrow means painful things, painful memories. Those are called sorrow. So how can we remain in our sorrow? So who will look to the welfare of the world? If you will remain in if you will drown in your own sorrow, so who will look to the welfare of the people or welfare of the world? These words of his sister gave him new home, gave him new hope to Naneshwar. So Muktabai, these words gave him hope means he got inspiration from Muktabai's words. And then what he started? He forgot his personal sorrow and started his work. And then he started his work. Everywhere the poor and backward people were being oppressed in the name of the religion. Oppressed means they were in a hostility, they were in a control in the name of religion. Backward people, poor and backward people. I told you Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's story. Yes, his childhood incidents. So like this, those people are backward people. So poor people and backward people were being oppressed in the name of religion. What name was told to them? About only religion. Religion was the matter at that time. So Naneshwar went among the people and taught them to have faith in God. What Naneshwar told them? Naneshwar went in people. Which people? These poor people, poor and backward people. And he taught them to faith in God. We should faith in God. Give equal treatment to all. And what he taught them? That we should give equal treatment to all. Help those in trouble and allay their misery. Help them, those are in trouble. Those they are in trouble, help them. And allay their misery means to try to solve out their problems. Then, this was the gist of his advice to the people. Gist means summary. In short, we told you, gist. We take this word. G-I-S-T, gist. Gist means summary. So this one is the short story about him, short information about Sant Naneshwar. Naneshwar's words are heard in every nook and corner. This one is phrase, nook and corner. Naneshwar's words are heard in every nook and corner. What is meant by heard? Do you know heard and listen? Difference is there, heard and listen. Last year I told you in school, when you was present in school, listen means carefully and heard means overall. Okay? Not intentionally. Listen means intentionally and heard means not intentionally. Okay? So, Naneshwar's words are heard everywhere, every nook and corner of Maharashtra for the last 700 years. For how many years we listen? For last 700 years. See, this young Naneshwar, he preached people, he taught many things to people, and so his words are listened. Words are still, it is listened in the Maharashtra, near about 700 years after also. Okay. So see, do you understand this much? See, what we are learning is persecuted means keep someone in hostility. Alms means food given to poor people. Means whatever we are giving to beggar, like this. Abusive means insulting, and gist means summary. Okay. So now we'll proceed to next paragraph. Put your finger on the line. See, little only remain now. See, in those days, all religious teaching was confined to Sanskrit books. Put your finger properly, okay? This one index finger you have to put on line. In those days, all religious teaching was confined to Sanskrit books. The language of ordinary people in everyday use was Marathi. Jnaneshwar wrote his outstanding book Jnaneshwari. Jnaneshwar wrote his outstanding book Jnaneshwari. What is name? Jnaneshwari. In Marathi. He does open wide for his people the doors of knowledge, where he preached the ideal of brotherhood among all men. At a very early age at Alandi near Pune, Jnaneshwar took samadhi. That is, put himself in a trance. Trance means samadhi. Similar words are given there. Samadhi is also given and trance is also given. Trance from which he never came out. Even today, on the 11th day of Ashad and Kartik, lakhs of pilgrims go to Alandi, Pandari with devotion. Okay, so now we are going to learn this one. See, what is told, in those days all religious teaching was confined to Sanskrit book. Whatever religious teaching was there, religious teaching, those books were in Sanskrit. Which language? Sanskrit language. Do you know Sanskrit? Yes, some of you knows, but many of you don't know, because till today we have not taught you Sanskrit in our school. Okay, but you have heard this Sanskrit language. Okay, so see, all books were confined in Sanskrit language. The language of ordinary people was Marathi. Ours also ordinary language. What's our ordinary language? Marathi. Okay, so I don't know which language you are speaking. Marathi. Your grandfather, does he understand English? No. But if you tell anything in Marathi, he can understand it? Yes. So most of the people's ordinary language is Marathi. That time also it was same. That people's ordinary language was Marathi. But these books were written in Sanskrit. So all knowledge was confined in Sanskrit. So people were unable to take that knowledge. So what this Jnaneshwar did? Jnaneshwar wrote Jnaneshwari. He wrote a book named as Jnaneshwari. See, in this picture it is shown. He is writing a book named as Jnaneshwari. Okay. So see, and this, what is the good thing of this book? That this book is in Marathi, not in Sanskrit. Thus, he opened wide for his people the doors of knowledge. He opened all doors of knowledge for his people, whose language was Marathi. All people were taking education there. All were able to take knowledge from his Jnaneshwari, because this Jnaneshwari book is written in Marathi, where he preached the idea of brotherhood. What he preached? Ideal of brotherhood, that all people should live as a brother and sister. At a very early age, Alandi near Pune, where Alandi place. Alandi is a place near Pune. Where it is? Near the Pune. Jnaneshwar took samadhi. This young Jnaneshwar, he took samadhi. That is, put himself in a trance. Means he put himself in a trance, from which he never came out. From that he never came out. Till today, we can visit that place, Alandi, near Pune. And many people visit it when? Even today, on the 11th day of Ashad and Kartik, On the 11th day of Ashad and Kartik, lakhs of pilgrims. What is mean by pilgrims? Go to Alandi, Pandari with devotion. See, we'll take your hard words. Trance. Wait, I'll use another pen. A place from person never come back. Never come back. Or another word is given in our book also, samadhi. Okay, trance means a place from person never came back. It's called trance or samadhi. Now, next one is given pilgrims. Who knows pilgrims means? Pilgrims means people who worship God. People who worship God. Those are called pilgrims. Go to Alandi, Pandari with devotion. They goes with devotion. Okay? Do you understand then? This much. So today we have completed Sant Jnaneshwar. We have